Hi, Blastpop here. Today I'm looking at Red Factories, which is by Multiman Publishing and is an advanced squad leader historical module number 10. It is a new package in that it includes new items that were not previously available. It includes the Red Barricades campaign, which was previously published by Avalon Hill, and also includes the Red October factory campaigns. Instead of just 2 maps, you have 4 maps full of ASO goodness. This takes place in Stalingrad in 1942. The game comes in a 3-inch box. On the back, you can see what is included with some samples of the counters and a reduced size map of all 4 maps that are included in the package put together. Also included in the box is a little bit of errata, and what the game includes, or the package includes, is 1 box and lid, 4 counter sheets, map sheets, 6 gutted factory overlay sheets, 1 Red Barricades update sheet, 8 counter sheets, Chapter O, 13 scenarios, 14 of them for Red Barricades, 7 for the Red October campaigns, and 4 chapter dividers. Getting to the heart of the rules, this is your typical presentation for Advanced Squad Leader, and you have rules for debris, embankments, printed rubble, wide city boulevards, red factories, cellars, culverts, gully entrance and hex sides, storage tanks, temporary warehouses and gutted buildings, and the campaign games. There are at least 3 campaign games for Red Barricades, 2 for the Red October campaigns, and 1 grand campaign which combines all 4 maps into one gigantic ASL feast of goodness. Typical presentation of the rules: examples of play, examples of terrain, 3D type images so you can better visualize what you're seeing, some samples on the map, for line of sight, presumably. All kinds of information there. Then it quickly gets into, surprisingly quick, into the various campaigns. How they're played, it gives you some information before it takes you into the actual campaigns proper and what's required in those. Each of the campaign gives you a starting group of forces, and as the game progresses, you as the players have the opportunity to purchase additional forces to hopefully pursue the campaign as you see fit. Again, it's a similar format. The campaigns are Operation Hubertus, Into the Factory, the Barricade, and Blood White. There are actually 4 campaigns for the Red Barricades. Then for the Red October, there's X-Tag, which is the first one. Second one is October's Hubertus, which mates up with the Red Barricades. And then a Party in the Streets, which is, so there's 3 campaigns for the Red October. And then the Grand Campaign, red factories, and then all kinds of special rules, presumably for the implementation of that campaign, which is presumably a major undertaking. The rules are too numerous here to give more than a passing look. Your reinforcement group charts, as I alluded to, you can purchase the forces that you want, and it includes the availability and how much they cost based on what you have available for both the Russians and the Germans. German leadership tables, Russian tables. Again, just all kinds of ASL goodness that just is just too much to do this justice in a box opening video. Records that you need to copy prior to usage. Now the counters, these counters are well punched, as a matter of fact. Too well, they were already starting to fall off the trees or off the counter sheets when I first got the game. As a matter of fact, I had to put some in a baggie. Now here's something a little distressing, and I hope it's not a sign of things to come. A counter separated from its back from its front. So usually that's indicative of not enough glue or not enough compression when the counter sheets are put together. I do clip my counters, so that may help a little bit. So you got your squads for both the extra squads that you'll need for the campaigns for the Germans and the Russians. More of the same. They're almost like falling out right there. Usual quality. Semi-thick brown core. Quickly go through these. Little bit of the counter back is starting to rip up on the outside there. It's not wonderful. Have to put some glue on that. Something new is the first firearm markers. I'll have to give these a go. I haven't tried them yet. I believe these have appeared elsewhere recently, and they based on the type of fire to like main armament support weapons, to make it easier as to remember who fired what when. So those are definitely would appear to be useful. So these are system counters. Culverts, fortified buildings, AT ditches. Actually, there's no culverts there. German forces tanks, sniper counters. And that's, again, just falling right off the tree, which in one sense is good. Just hope we don't lose them. More multi-man counters up here. Some leadership for the Germans. Commissars for the Soviets. Extra support weapons. Additionally, we have more multi-man counters. Now, this is for the Red October portion. They broke it out between Red October and Red Barricades. And again, another counter is falling right off the counter sheet. Another red barricades counter sheet with fortified buildings and such. Okay, your scenarios. Just quickly go through these. Bread factory. So there's a variety of scenarios from relatively smallish to the massive campaign. So there's a lot in this package. Last bid continued, which is definitely a big scenario. One thing I noticed that the print on these sheets is kind of light, almost gray as opposed to black. Trying to save on ink? Probably not, but they look a little bit faded. Oh joy. The 138 of the 138th. Looks like a good size scenario. And we have even more scenarios. Continuation of the Martinoffen. And another continuation. You have the dividers, which include your organizers for your campaigns, both for German and Soviet. And then you have on the back a reduced planning map, and also a way, if you make copies of it, to keep track of your front lines if you have to take the map down from session to session, and so on. If I can separate this here. And again, it's just another organizer on the opposite side of the map. Here we have overlays to go onto the maps. That's an update. Gutted factory sheets for red barricades. This will keep you busy for a while cutting all these out. All much the same thing. Okay, now to get to the maps. The one thing you've probably noticed while I've been doing this video is the fact that there's a a bit of glare that's coming up from the ambient light in the room here. Instead of being a matte finish or a semi-gloss finish, it seems like we have a full gloss. Well, it could be semi-gloss. A full gloss printing on map sheets. So there is a bit of glare. It's not as bad as some of the other games I've recently seen, but there's enough to be a little bit of an annoyance. Why they went with this choice, I'm not entirely sure. Now, when I received this box, a lot of the components were moving a lot inside the box. And one of the things you'll notice is in a few places, like the corners, they kind of got bent up a little bit in shipment. Hopefully not in packing at MMP. But regardless, so there was a couple, minor problems with this package. The counters, one counter separating, and the edges being a little bit ruffled. But overall, it's not too bad. I've seen far worse over the years. So I'll give you a sampling of what the maps look like. And this is from the Red October. And you have your main factory complexes down in and around here. 2 maps worth. See if I can easily go to the next map. And then the factory complex continues up over here and attaches to the map I just moved. Very nice artwork. Looks to be very clear. Looks to be unambiguous. It's nice to tell you what each of these buildings were before war came to them. And this is for the red barricades. Again, this is just a quick look. If there's anything you want to examine yourself, please stop the video. In the last half of the red barricades, again, this is a quick look. A lot of terrain to fight over here. A lot of scenarios. A big, huge package. A package that could keep people and a group of people busy for years to come in their advanced squad leader hobby. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Blastpop. Bye.